Thank you guys for returning to watch another video with me. Alright, today we're going to talk about how to begin your self-love journey while vibrating higher. Let's get to it. I'd like to start off with, what is self-love? I feel like self-love is plain and simple, loving yourself, right? But to each its own, right? Because self-love is how I perceive it, how you perceive it, how everyone else perceives it. It's the perception of self-love can be different. Keeping in mind that self-love is self-paced. Your self-love journey may not take as long as mine, and mine may not take as long as yours, okay? So I want you guys to let that be a stepping stone to start out with, okay? I personally began my self-love journey after a relationship, or during a relationship. I got lost in that relationship, and that prompted me a way that I can kind of bring myself back and figuring out what's going on and what caused me to get lost. Okay, so that's when I started my own journey, realized that what I thought was self-love for myself 5-6 years before that really wasn't self-love. So throughout that, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I did for myself, things that I feel like are realistic things that you can do, you can change up and make yours, or don't use that and use something different. But I do feel like the tips that I'm going to give you today will be helpful. Okay, let's start out with the first thing. Keep in mind, you guys, I'm going to be looking up and looking down because I have notes, but let's get started. All right, one of the first things that I think is helpful is journaling. I love to journal. I have tons of journals, right? You can get journals anywhere these days, okay? Online, Etsy, Amazon, Target. I got this one from Target. You can get journals anywhere. Journaling can be a written expression of how you feel, okay? There's also artistic journaling. There's also audible journaling. If you don't want to journal and write it, you can just talk into a device and journal. Journaling is what you make it, okay? I journal for anything. I journal for my happiness. I journal for brainstorming. I journal for being upset. I journal for just about anything. But what I don't do, and I learned this a couple of years ago, is I have different journals. Okay, I journal in my angry, frustrating journal. I don't want to mix up the energies. Okay, so this one that I'm journaling, that I have now, this one is my expressive journal. It's my happy, positive journal here. I do have one that I just give all my anger to, and I put it all in there. I have an affirmations manifestation journal. So I have different journals, and that's just how I do it. So I hope that works for you. Okay. My second thing is taking baths, or doing things for yourself that's solely for you. Okay, that can be taking the baths. It can be going out on dates, or taking yourself to a movie by yourself. Just doing things by yourself. A lot of times we do so many things for other people, that we don't make time to do things solely for us. Okay, so just do something for yourself where you can decompress, or you can self-reflect. Okay, that's another important thing. Number 3 is self-help and reading books, or Audible if you like to listen to books. But those books will give you guidance. It'll help you figure out which way to start, which way to go. So look up, there's tons of them. It's one of my favorite genres of books is self-help books. Okay, and I also enjoy Alex Elle. She's one of my favorite. This is not a sponsorship, shall I say, okay, you guys, but I do want to add that that's something that I personally enjoy. Her Instagram page, and she also has books that have helped me a lot, and her name is Alex Elle. Okay, number 4 is managing the company that you keep. Okay, being around people who have negative vibes, or who are not on the same page as you are, is not, it can be detrimental to where you're trying to go. Okay, that can be in a love relationship, that can be in friendships, it can be in your workspace if you're hanging out with people that you work with. Just being around like-minded people is important. And keeping people out of your space who just don't have the same goals for yourself for you that you have for yourself. Okay, number 5, self-care Sundays. Okay, I love my self-care Sundays. I like spending time with family on self-care Sundays because that's a form of love for me. All right. Another thing that I enjoy doing on lots of my Sundays are being in things that I love to do. I love plants, and I'm a big plant mom. Okay, so I like to get in and fertilize my plants, water my plants, talk to my plants. Those are things that I enjoy doing. So let your self-care Sundays be about what you want to do, right? You can make it a spa day. You can get massages on Sundays if that's what you're into. Just make it about you. Just remember that the self-care journey is all about you. So keep that in mind, okay? Let's get to the part about vibrating higher, okay? Vibrating higher is pretty much where you are in a really great positive state and you're exuding this amazing energy, this energy that attracts things to you. Okay, it amps up the affirmations, it amps up the manifestations. You get this glow. Okay, so vibrating higher is it's dope to me, and I enjoy vibrating higher. Okay. There's also a book called Vibrating Higher. Look into it. It's another self-help book. Get into it. All right. So yoga is a way to vibrate higher. Surrounding yourself in nature, walking in nature, doing yoga in nature, exercising in nature, just sitting in nature. Okay, you don't really have to do anything if that's not your vibe. You could just sit and soak up the energy that comes with the trees and the plants and the animals. You know, we're all energy. Lost my train of thought. We're all vibrating elements. Okay, no matter where you are, everything vibrates some type of energy. All right, keep that in mind. Meditating is where you sit and you're one with self. It's all about the body, mind, and the spirit. It's about you slowing everything down to focus solely on what's going on up here. Improving your mental helps with your self-love, your self-growth journey. Okay, I personally go to mental therapy sessions that help me and has helped me tremendously throughout this self-growth journey. Okay, so I feel like that's another important thing, is being able to express what's on your mental so that you can begin to process those things and connect the dots. There's people who went through childhood traumas that never processed that shit. You never processed it, but you just stored it back here and you just don't worry about it. But not in reality, you're actually you're exuding those traumas into certain situations. You just don't notice it because it's subconscious at that point. So getting into a form of mental therapy, it really, really helps. So also adds in you vibrating higher. Just want to add that in there, okay? All right. Eating healthier, when I say that, I mean eating things that root from the ground, organic things that root from the ground, because I ain't gonna shoot you. A lot of this stuff ain't got no seeds in it, bro. But anyway, so eating stuff that comes from the ground, you know, beets are supposed to be really good for your liver and the bloodstream, and lots of leafy vegetables are going to be good. Fruits that have seeds, I want to keep that in mind. And so so eating things that are going to make you healthy, that's going to give you that energy, that's going to allow you to exude that vibrant energy so you can vibrate higher, guys. I can't say that enough. All right, so per my little list here, that's about everything that I have regarding your self-love journey, how to begin, where to start. Okay, hopefully some of those things that I mentioned will help you get started at least. I feel like they were pretty practical, things that you can do, that you can pick and choose what helps for you. As well as in doing some of those things, you're going to be vibrating higher. You're going to be attracting some dope stuff. All right, so thanks again for tuning in and watching this video with Queen Energy, this little girl right here. Please come back for another video and see you guys soon. Peace.